person to go. Like, you're the first person to go if you're not actually making money in business. Mm-hmm. I mean, in the client business. So I had to really dig deep. And I didn't know what I was doing, like 2018. I didn't really know, but I just knew that I had to actually make this client money or I was about to lose my job again.
Gotta do it. That was
yes. Yep. So that's how I actually got into the data and just becoming more into this data and just learning more about different customer avatars and stuff like that.
Is it something that like you ended up loving, or was it more so like, if I don't get this done, I'm gonna lose my job?
I think it's kind of both. Like, I think also in survival, like, it's like, we don't like going to work, but we know we got to go to work, right? All the time. Sometimes, depending on, what type of job you have. I don't love every part of my business, but I know it works,
Yeah.
All things work together, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that, it was a little bit of both, but I actually love reading data, to be completely honest. And at the beginning parts of it, I probably didn't understand what I was doing, but just like, sometimes I don't even know how did I get this smart, but I think it's just like praying and asking God to give me wisdom, because I'll be like, how did I even know to even do this thing?
Now, you struck a nerve. I like what you said. I don't know how I got this smart, but maybe it was praying and asking God for wisdom. What makes you feel that prayer actually would work? I believe it works, but what makes you think that it would work, or it does work?
Like, I don't know, in the beginning part of my business, I remember, our pastor had us decreeing something crazy, like, something crazy to me then it was like wealth and riches is in this house. And I was just like, this is crazy. And I don't even know, how I'm gonna even get wealthy because I'm on food stamps right now.
Yeah.
But, I remember in the Bible where they say that he asked for wisdom, Paul asked for wisdom, and God gave it to him. And it was like, those were the things that I was actually, asking God for when I started getting into funnels and data and stuff. I was just like, God, give me an idea that's going to make me money over and over and over again.
Do you find, I'm pretty sure you've run into this as a believer, do you find that believers are scared to ask God something like that? Because like money, it's not money's evil, it's the love of money. But do you find it hard for believers to actually pray something like that?
Maybe. I think there are some prayers that I was scared to pray, right?
Like what?
I don't know. Maybe like, I mean, even the wealth and riches, like that left an impact on my faith. Like, I feel like that shifted my faith. Like, because I never thought about like being wealthy in that type of manner. I was just trying to like get to the next moment or get to the next year. But now I understand, it's bigger than that and it's a longer game. But before, I was scared to pray that prayer or decree that thing over my life, to be honest. So I think that, anything that doesn't feel good, you could be definitely afraid to say or pray, because in the comfortability, and you got to actually switch your mind to believe that as well.
Yeah, that's the challenge, I believe, with believers or people in general. Asking God for more may require a new mindset, or it's going to require a new mindset and things like that. So what was Alyssia doing before she became the marketing mentor, the marketing beast?
What was I doing? Nothing. I was working at Amazon, and I was like, I worked in the outbound, I think I worked in inbound because we used to scan stuff in. So I worked in inbound as a problem solver. So basically, like, I would fix all the technical issues with like the UPCs and stuff like that. Yeah. So
you had some form of seeing systems on a daily basis then, right?
Yeah, like Amazon was definitely like an eye opener to like how business ran for me. But I always was a hustler. Like, I worked at Foot Locker.
There we go.
Years, where else did I work at? I worked at Foot Locker like most of my life. I didn't really have a job like that. Yeah, I have had a job since I was like 21. Like, I don't know how to act in the workforce. Like, and I always had like little jobs like that. But Amazon was kind of probably like my job where I realized like this will never afford me the life that God said that He
Mm,
promised to me.
mm. How did you how did you say that and actually mean it? Because it's one thing to like testify it in church when everybody's hot, but how did you say that and was like, I'm gonna make a move?
Oh, I was just driving home. So I work. So Amazon got crazy shifts. I work from like I want to say like six. I want to say it's like 6 or 7 p.m. to like 4 in the morning, and
Oh
I work
wow.
Friday through Monday. So you get the extra money on the weekends and overnight. And I was like, I think my check was like $900 or something. I'm like, I can't even go to Miami with this. Like, and I had just started like getting back into God and um it just being in ministry and stuff like that. And I was just like, this is not what Jesus died on the cross for. Like,
No, no.
I legit remember being like driving home and was just like, this is not it. Like,
Mm.
900, because I feel like I remember like working overtime to make money. And I was just like, yeah, this
Hmm.
is it.
Now, with all of that and those changes and that epiphany, what drove you back to God?
What drove me back to God? Well, I had my daughter when I was 21. I was pregnant when I was 20, had my daughter when I was 21. And I just knew like it was more purpose in it. Like I always understood God as a bigger thing, like a bigger person than me. But I was just like, if I'm gonna read this Bible, in this Bible, I'm gonna be going to church, it gotta work for me in some way.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like I'm the type of person like I'm gonna either do it or I'm not gonna do it. Like I gotta be committed to it and I need to see all the fruits of it. And if not, I'm just not gonna do the thing.
I like that. So how did you survive, or maybe it was different for you? How did you survive business starting off? Because like most businesses, they'll start off making.
It's crazy. It literally was like, you know how they say like you just do the thing and stuff will just start happening. Like I remember investing, like I was in the gym one night, and I remember investing like my last $250 into like a business coach. This when internet, they call it digital marketing now, but back then we used to call it internet marketing. And I invested my last $250 into a business coach here in Philly. And she was like, I like you. Like, I'm gonna mentor you. And from that, her coach took me under his wing,
Wow.
flew me out to Cali one day. I started like getting into sales funnels, learning sales funnels. First time in Cali, like it just was like everything that I ever like needed to start a business was like being like handed to me.
Wow.
And I never knew, like I don't know, no, like I know people like I never knew a successful business owner, if that makes sense. Like I've seen, different things, but my one friend, shout out to my girlfriend Genesis Dorsey. We started ministry together, Girls of Royalty, and
Mm.
I came in on like the social media side. And for whatever reason, like her parents owned a private school, and that like really just like planted a seed in me. And they owned the church, they were pastors. And for whatever reason, I just had this idea that I could like start doing social media management. And um, I was like, okay, I'm leaving Amazon, I'm being a social media manager.
Wow. Before it was popular.
Before it was popular. Yeah, like 2017, 18. And then once people started being able to buy followers, that's kind of how I got into the sales funnels.
Ah, so the pathway was, you get to Amazon, you come back to God, You believe that you're going to be able to do more. You get exposed to more. But what made you actually pull the trigger on the business coach? Because back then, everything on the internet was sketchy. Having the internet itself used to be sketchy.
Yeah, my friend, she was like, me and my cousin, I think she helped people with this. It was just like it lined up so much, like everything just was lining up. And it was like I've never been a person that's afraid to do a thing.
Hmm.
So like if somebody told me to do this thing, I went and did it. It just all lined up.
Where did that come from?
I've always been like rebellious. Like if everybody, I remember I was telling my mom, we was in dinner the other day. I was like, I remember being like, everybody, all black people do is eat chicken. I'm stopped eating chicken. Like I remember just being rebellious like that growing up. When I was 9 years old, I started taking myself to church.
Tell me about that.
So I grew up. So when I was younger, I went to church with my grandmother. I'm gonna just say from like up until I was like 7 or 8 years old, and she had a stroke in 1998. So my dad family lived on the other side, but my grandmother, she was paralyzed on her one side, so she never like got her life back.
Wow.
After that, and I lived in the other side of town with my mom and my stepdad, and I started wanting to go to church at 9 years old. Wow. And so I used to catch the bus. It was one bus that used to take me right up to, let's just say we lived on 5th. I got off at 19th and I started going to church on my own.
You would walk from?
No, I get on the bus.
No, when you got off the bus, when you got off at the stop, you would walk a while?
Yeah, 2 blocks. It wasn't, but it's normal here in Philly. Like, you can just jump on the bus.
At 9 years old, though?
At 9 years old. I was hungry for God at a young age.
So maybe it wasn't you being rebellious. Maybe it was you being or getting into an alignment with what you were meant to do.
I think it's maybe both. Maybe both.
Both.
A little bit of both.
You got to be good at something. You got to be somewhat rebellious or a little bit of crazy.
Yeah,
with both of those. Now, how I came across your social media platform from Threads, and I just went down the rabbit hole, and I was like, she has so much life in her her content. Like it's, usually we just see somebody just always, it's so mundane, it's so, and I was like, I think she's just being her.
Yeah.
With doing this, how do you have the confidence to do that?
I don't know, to be honest. It's really hard for me to do something that I don't like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I have to just be myself or it doesn't feel good.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Was that how it always was, or did that just come recently?
No, this is always how I've been, like rebellious, stick out, just show up as me more authentically. I know it's like a marketing play right now, right? But I've always showed up like this. This is what attracts clients to me, high paying clients to me, low paying clients to me. Just showing up and being myself.
And it's a lot easier.
Oh yeah. It's so much easier.
Yeah, you don't have to fake anything or put on anything. Now let's say, hypothetically speaking, you weren't a marketing mentor, you weren't in marketing. What else would you do if you had the option?
I've always been like a connector to people. So I don't know if maybe it would be like in a nonprofit field or something like that. I've always been a connector in terms of connecting with people. I can connect with any person. Like it's just a gift of mine.
What do you think? How does God use that in ministry for you?
I think that, now some people be like, I was called to preach. I really believe that I was called to marketplace.
Yeah.
And I believe that just showing up, as myself and truly like outside of like, loving God and being myself, like going through and just being real. I just think that that's why God has chosen me just for that exact moment.
And I like what you said. We used to back in the day, people used to always feel that the only calling you could have was to preach. And I used to always get in trouble by saying, if we all become preachers, who's gonna like do businesses and things like that? Like I'm pretty sure he didn't skip not wanting us there. Did you find that to be a wrestle with like maybe your peers when you were like, I'm called to the marketplace. Y'all can maybe preach, but I'm called to the marketplace.
No, I feel like this just recently like came through to me. Just came up for me maybe within like the last 6 months or so. So
Mm.
it's new to me and like accepting it. And I don't want to say because I haven't not accepted it, but I think it's more maybe I'm noticing it more. Like, dang, it be divine moments all the times, like on discovery calls, like, on a sales call, somebody sharing with me, something that they're going through. And it's a prayer that I pray though. It's no, it doesn't just happen, but, I ask God to, let me be a light in this world, shine your light through me. So I don't think it just happened by happenstance. I actually ask God to use me.
Why do you do that?
Why not? Why not? Why? One of the things is marketing is just a tool or avenue, but we are really called to shine our light, save souls, evangelize, give hope. Like, those are the things that I am literally on this earth to do in this moment. So I have to ask God to use me because, I don't leave the house much.
I'm not in these streets.
I'm not in these like sometimes I'm in these streets, but not that much.
I like that. I like the honesty and the transparency of, I want God's light to shine through me. But we come back to what the foundation is. Like we're here to evangelize, save souls, and things like that. We just have this talent to get people so that can happen. What
like I want a now result type of thing of marketing. Like marketing isn't a 30-day, a 60-day, a 90-day money back guarantee. It's not that. Like it's not an infomercial.
It's not.
I think that is one of the things, and I think that I think that's one of the things that just like really just bothers me is like I think sometimes people come and go into business like, and I think may have gotten going into business and we think it's just this one thing, but it's really like an overarching it's a city.
Mm-hmm.
And we try to take like this, oh, I'm gonna spend $10,000 and I'm gonna make $1 million. Like
if only.
Right. So I think that we don't go into marketing with understanding the principles and just educating ourselves. One of the things is like sometimes, I want to leave marketing, but I see so many people getting burnt in marketing just because they don't have the knowledge or the understanding.
And the patience.
Yeah. Or patience, but it definitely come back to knowledge. Like there's not no knowledge. There's not enough people educating themselves.
Do you feel people aren't taking the responsibility to educate themselves because of how quick everybody is telling them that they can get it?
I think it could be a little bit of both laziness and because one of the things that come to mind is like when I first started my business, I had to educate myself, and it wasn't as accessible as it is now, where I could just show up online and Candace is going to teach me how to make $60,000 in 30 days. Like that wasn't a thing. I mean, people gave offers like that, but I think that they also, when you got into the webinar, you seen like, oh, this took 9 months to do. You know, this took 24 months to do.
Yeah.
The case studies didn't start with $10,000 in 24 hours, like with a screenshot of a Stan store, or back then it was Stripe accounts, you know.
Yeah.
So I think that there's so much accessibility that maybe people are getting overwhelmed, you know.
I think that I agree with both of those. I definitely think I don't say this to be mean, but I definitely think people are lazy because it's so much information that they're like, oh, I'll get it when I get it. And I think the reason why people don't want to self-educate themselves is because they don't want to be honest with themselves. That this may take a little bit longer than I thought. And just because she's doing so great in her business, you also don't know like how long it took, some hurdles that she overcame, and how you mentioned before, how divine favor played a big part of a lot of these pieces. If you had to, you're a marketing mentor, if you had to, you had gotten the opportunity to mentor, let's say 10 African-American women, they were around age of 22. What's the first thing you would tell them if they were like, Alyssia, I want to launch a business. We know you have the ability to help us. What would be the first thing you tell them to do?
Hone in on your skill. That was the best thing. I've just like called myself, gotten used to like being a mentor or realizing people like, look up to me in that way. Outside of that, they say it take maybe, I'm gonna just say 250 hours before you become an expert. No, I probably put in like 2,000 hours. Like, can't nobody tell me, so can't nobody tell me. I think Nas say that. Like, Nas be like, you got a skill, you can make any type of money, right? Like, it's like, I have a skill. I can go into any business, any field that I want to. And I don't have to necessarily start from the bottom. Like, entry is not, one of the things is that I don't have a degree. Like, I don't have like this stuff that I know. I probably run circles around people who got master degrees and building businesses and stuff. But this stuff that I know is because I honed in on my skills.
And like, you actually are living this stuff. You didn't buy a 30-day course and become a marketing mentor. Like, you've actually put work into it. So it's amazing. I'm so happy because I used to always tell people like, I don't have a degree, and they would look at first when I was doing strictly fitness, like, then how can you help people? And then I would just show them like, I've helped so many people get their results, not bragging, but it just shows you that self-education is still a thing.
Yeah, I don't think we ever stop. And there is no indictment to people who do have degrees, right?
No.
But the thing is like, if you have a degree, you still have to still learn.
Because things change. Things change.
Yes.
So our last part is we ask you a couple questions. They have nothing to do about mentoring and marketing. They're just rapid fire, off the wall questions. You ready?
Okay.
All right. If Alyssia could live anywhere in the world for 30 days, no money limit, where would she live?
Okay. I probably would go. I probably would go to like South Africa, like real luxury South Africa.
Yeah. I like that. Not
like luxury, like penthouse, no money limit. Oh yeah, I'm going crazy.
I love it. Alyssa's favorite movie.
It's probably a bad one, but Wolf of Wall Street. After we had all this Jesus conversation, Wolf of Wall Street.
I was like, maybe she gonna say like Scarface or The Godfather.
Yeah.
Okay. I was waiting. I was like, it's gonna be The Godfather. It's a mob movie. Okay. No limit, unlimited gas. What kind of car would you drive?
Oh, I'm not. I'm getting a driver. I'm not. I'm getting a driver. We can't be in a Volksmobile. I want a driver.
Pays the money over to the driver.
Yes.
It could be any car.
Any car he want or she want.
As long as it's a driver.
Yeah.
All right. You're given $10 million to do whatever you want to, but it has to be something business wise. What would you do?
Open a school.
What kind?
Middle and high school.
I like. Where's that come from?
That's my second career.
That is?
Yeah, that's gonna be my second career. My third career. Yep.
You got to teach in it too?
Probably not.
Okay, so the establishment, but you're not gonna teach in it.
Yeah, I'm gonna just get my rich friends like you to like donate and all that.
I'll be there. Okay, you can meet anybody in the Bible. Who would you meet?
Dang. I'm gonna just say Hannah because I've been studying her a lot lately. And
one of my favorite stories.
Yeah, I would say Hannah, like, girl, I'm a little scared to talk to you, but because your faith was crazy.
Beyond crazy.
I don't know if I want faith like you, but
I don't need that. I'll be like, I'll learn from yours. I'll learn from yours. Last two. You could be any superhero in the world. Who would you be?
All right, so I'm really bad at this one because I don't watch superhero movies. I might just say like, Superman eyes. Can't he see through the wall or something like that?
Yeah.
All right, that one.
I'm not a big superhero person either. So you're good. You're good. Last one. If Alyssia could leave a message to the world, what would that message be?
What would the message be? I would say fail faster. Like, don't be afraid to fail fast. Don't be afraid to show up as your authentic self. And believe in yourself.
I love it.
Yeah.
Now, you guys who we'll make sure we'll plug in her contact information. Alyssia, how could people follow you?
Email marketing John everywhere or Alyssia Swans. I'm trying to, work on my LinkedIn. So come over and see me on LinkedIn over there.
You go.
That's my new domain, Alyssia Swans on LinkedIn.
I love it. Now, you guys probably won't be able to see this by time this episode gets out, but she has an event coming out that's happening tonight, Tuesday at 8 p.m. What I'll do is I'll make sure I put something in my Instagram so you guys can go sign up and learn from her because she's given some priceless information over there. Alyssia, this was fun. I learned a lot about you and from you. I'm sure the audience did too. I'm stuck now forever on I don't want a car. I want a driver.
No, you need a driver.
A driver. That's next
you
level.
You're driving your wife around though, right?
I do.
Yeah,
but I would go ahead and backseat it for a driver. I would backseat it for a driver any day.
Yeah.
Any day. But Alyssia, thank you for coming. We'll talk again soon. Have a good one.
Thank you.